Do you ever feel trapped in a cycle of disappointment and frustration with certain people in your life? Are there individuals who seem to consistently drain your energy and darken your days? It's a harsh reality, but not everyone we cross paths with is meant to stay in our lives forever. Some people are just fundamentally misaligned with our values and goals, and they do more harm than good by remaining in our circle. Now is the time to adopt the Stoic warrior mindset and make the tough decisions necessary to safeguard your well-being. In this video, we delve into the 10 truths you need to accept about people. This isn't about fostering negativity, it's about equipping you with the knowledge and power to see people for who they truly are. Using the bold, unapologetic Stoic warrior style, we will confront these truths directly, empowering you to make informed decisions about who deserves your time and energy. Why continue to suffer in the name of tolerance and patience? Every moment you spend in the company of those who undermine your potential is a moment lost in building your future. The Stoic warrior ethos is clear: sever ties with those who burden your spirit and embrace the freedom to grow and thrive. We're not dealing with superficial flaws or occasional missteps here. We are addressing profound, persistent behaviors that erode your sense of self-worth and impede your progress. From the selfishness that blinds people to your needs to the fears that keep them from embracing change, we will dissect each truth with the stark, fearless clarity that defines the Stoic warrior style. Brace yourself. This journey is for those who are ready to break free from the chains of detrimental relationships and seize control of their destiny. It's for you, the viewer, who is prepared to stop making excuses and start making changes. Stay tuned as we unveil the 10 undeniable truths you need to accept about people, empowering you to cleanse your life of toxicity and pursue a path of genuine happiness and fulfillment. Truth 1. People are inherently selfish. Have you ever stopped to wonder why people often prioritize their own interests, even when it harms others? This isn't just a flaw in character, it's a fundamental aspect of human nature. Self-interest drives much of our behavior, from the mundane to the monumental. It's a truth that can be hard to accept, but is essential for understanding both ourselves and those around us. At its core, selfishness can be seen in everyday interactions. Consider the rush-hour commuter who cuts off others to get a few cars ahead, or the colleague who takes credit for a team project to gain a promotion. These actions are not just about making life easier, they're driven by an underlying pursuit of personal gain. Even in smaller matters, like choosing the biggest slice of cake or saving the best seat for oneself, we see the echoes of this self-centered behavior. But why is this recognition important? It allows us to navigate the world more realistically and effectively. By understanding that people are often motivated by their own needs and desires, we can better predict their behaviors and protect our interests. This doesn't mean we should become cynical. Rather, it's about being prepared and proactive in our interactions. The Stoics, wise in their understanding of human nature, offered valuable insights into this truth. Seneca once said, "All cruelty springs from weakness." This statement underscores the idea that selfish behavior is often a response to perceived threats to one's status or well-being. People act selfishly not because they are inherently evil, but because they are inherently vulnerable. Recognizing this can foster a sense of empathy and patience in our dealings with others. Moreover, Marcus Aurelius reminded us, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This reflection encourages us to look inward before judging others for their selfishness. It teaches us that personal growth comes from understanding and managing our own self-interest as much as it does from navigating the selfishness of others. In conclusion, accepting that people are inherently selfish is not about endorsing this trait. It's about acknowledging a fundamental human condition. This understanding can lead to greater personal growth, improved relationships, and a more profound sense of peace as we learn to anticipate and counteract the selfish behaviors of others with wisdom and equanimity. By embracing this truth, we empower ourselves to create a more harmonious balance between meeting our own needs and considering the well-being of those around us. Truth 2. Most people resist change. Why do most people prefer the comfort of familiarity over the uncertainty of change? This resistance is rooted deeply in our psychology, where the known, no matter how limiting, often feels safer than the unknown. This aversion to change is a protective mechanism, but it also holds us back from embracing new opportunities and experiences that could lead to growth and improvement. In personal life, this resistance is clearly visible. Consider how many people stay in unsatisfactory or even harmful relationships because they fear the loneliness and uncertainty that might come with leaving. Or think about those who stick to unhealthy habits or routines because changing those patterns feels too daunting, despite the clear benefits of doing so. Professionally, this resistance can be equally pronounced. Employees often prefer to stick with outdated methods rather than adopt new technologies or processes that could increase efficiency. Companies cling to legacy business models because the path to innovation is fraught with risks, and the short-term comfort of business as usual feels less threatening than the long-term benefits of change. The Stoics, with their focus on the impermanence of life and the constant flux of existence, challenge us to reconsider our relationship with change. Seneca wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This insight reveals the paradox at the heart of our resistance to change. It is our avoidance of difficulty that makes change seem impossible. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, advised, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This teaching invites us to embrace change as a natural and inevitable part of the universe's rhythm. By aligning our thoughts with this reality, we can overcome our fear of the unknown and learn to see change as an opportunity rather than a threat. In conclusion, unless people resist change helps us to see this behavior not as a personal failing, but as a common human tendency. By reflecting on Stoic teachings about the impermanence of life, we can cultivate a more flexible and courageous approach to change, empowering ourselves to move beyond the familiar and embrace the transformative possibilities that await us. This shift in perspective is not just about adapting to change. It's about actively seeking it out as a path to personal and professional fulfillment. Truth 3. People project their insecurities. Insecurities are not just internal battles. They shape how we interact with the world. People often project their fears and doubts onto others, turning personal insecurities into judgments and criticisms of those around them. This projection can distort our perceptions and lead to misunderstandings and conflict. For example, in personal relationships, someone who is insecure about their own success might criticize their partner's achievements or downplay their goals. This projection is not about the partner's shortcomings, but rather a reflection of the individual's own fears of inadequacy and failure. Similarly, in social interactions, a person who feels unattractive might interpret others' neutral behaviors as signs of rejection or ridicule, projecting their insecurities onto the social cues they receive. In the workplace, these projections can manifest as undue criticism or competition. A manager insecure about their leadership might micromanage their team, seeing threats where there are none, or interpret healthy debate as personal attacks. Colleagues might project their insecurities by gossiping or undermining others, whom they perceive as more competent or confident. The Stoics offer a powerful perspective on dealing with these insecurities. Epictetus famously said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." This statement underscores the importance of self-awareness in recognizing our projections and the subjective lenses through which we view the world. By understanding our insecurities, we can begin to control our reactions and reduce the tendency to project these onto others. Marcus Aurelius also provides guidance on this issue, advising, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This reflection helps identify when we are projecting our issues onto others and encourages us to turn in to address our insecurities rather than lashing out. In conclusion, recognizing how we project our insecurities onto others is crucial for healthier relationships and more effective communication. By employing Stoic wisdom to foster self-awareness and control our reactions, we can break the cycle of projection and build a more understanding and empathetic approach to our interactions with others. This self-awareness not only reduces conflict but also leads to personal growth as we confront and address our insecurities directly rather than letting them dictate our perceptions and behaviors. Truthful. Everyone is fighting their own battles. Every person you meet is waging a war you know nothing about. Hidden beneath the surface of everyday smiles and greetings are battles fraught with personal pain, challenges, and resilience. Recognizing this can shatter our illusions of isolation and foster a deep, shared connection born from the universal struggle of human existence. Consider the colleague who seems unapproachable or perpetually angry. They might be dealing with a family crisis or personal health issues. Your understanding of their hidden struggles can transform your frustration into a bridge of empathy, changing dynamics for the better. Similarly, think about a friend who suddenly withdraws or acts out of character. They could be facing mental health challenges or overwhelming stress. Your patience and willingness to be present can offer them a much-needed sense of support and understanding. In the realm of social interactions, this truth can redefine our approach to conflict and misunderstanding. For instance, a neighbor's irritability or seeming rudeness might stem from financial stress or personal loss. Recognizing that they are fighting a hard battle can lead you to respond with compassion rather than antagonism, easing tensions and building mutual respect. The Stoics were acutely aware of these hidden battles. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, emphasized the shared nature of human challenges, stating, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle." This Stoic perspective encourages resilience not just in facing our own struggles, but in understanding and supporting others through theirs. It teaches us that the path to personal strength and community support is paved with the recognition of our shared struggles. Seneca also offers wisdom practical here. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. This stark reminder from a Stoic philosopher underscores the everyday heroism required to face life's battles. It compels us to respect the resilience in those around us and to act with a heart fortified by understanding and strengthened by the recognition of our common plight. In conclusion, embracing the truth that everyone is fighting their own battles equips us with a powerful tool, the ability to see beyond the facade and connect on a deeper level. It is a call to arms to fight our battles with courage and to support each other with empathy and resilience. This approach, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, can transform our personal and interactive lives, turning every interaction into an opportunity to strengthen bonds and foster a community of warriors, each respected for the battles they endure. Truth 5. People crave recognition and validation. Deep within the human psyche lies a relentless quest for recognition and validation. This universal need drives much of our behavior, pushing us to seek approval and acknowledgement from others, sometimes at the cost of our own authenticity. The Stoic warrior understands that while this desire is natural, it often leads to a path where one's worth becomes a reflection of others' opinions rather than a testament to one's own strength and values. In the realm of social media, this craving manifests vividly. Individuals curate their lives, showcasing highlights to garner likes and comments as digital nods of approval. This quest for online validation can distort reality, turning social media into a battlefield where self-worth is measured in followers and likes. The Stoic warrior sees this and chooses authenticity over approval, understanding that the fight for genuine self-expression is more honorable than the pursuit of fleeting online admiration. At work, the thirst for recognition can lead to a relentless drive for success, often defined by promotions, praise, and public acknowledgement. Employees often push themselves to the brink, not just to meet personal goals, but to be seen and validated by their peers and superiors. The Stoic warrior, however, battles not for titles or accolades, but for personal fulfillment in the true sense of accomplishment that comes from mastering one's duties and responsibilities. In personal relationships, the need for validation can lead to dependency and insecurity. People often alter their beliefs, suppress their desires, and change their behaviors in the hope of being accepted and loved. The Stoic warrior recognizes this trap and encourages a path of honesty and integrity, where one's actions are aligned with one's true self, not shaped by the desire to please others. Stoicism offers profound insights into this struggle. Epictetus taught that we are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens. This Stoic wisdom highlights the importance of internal validation over external approval. The Stoic warrior internalizes this teaching, understanding that true validation comes from within and that relying on external approval is like building a castle on its vulnerable and impermanent. Marcus Aurelius also advised, "It never ceases to amaze me, we all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This reflection urges the Stoic warrior to prioritize self-validation and to view external recognition as secondary. It's a call to fortify one's inner citadel, making it impervious to the winds and opinions of others. In conclusion, while the craving for recognition and validation is a powerful force, the Stoic warrior stance is clear. True power and freedom come from valuing internal validation over external approval. By embracing the Stoic principle, we can transform our quest for acknowledgement into a journey of self-discovery and authenticity, where our actions are influenced by our deepest values and beliefs, not by the shifting sands of others' opinions. This approach not only strengthens our character, but also leads to more meaningful and fulfilling interactions with the world around us. Truth 6. Fear often dictates behavior. Fear is not just an emotion. It's a powerful force that underlies many of the decisions and actions we take. It stealthily infiltrates our minds, influencing our choices and dictating our behavior in ways we often don't recognize. The Stoic warrior confronts this reality head-on, understanding that to conquer fear is to free oneself from invisible chains that restrict potential and cloud judgment. In personal life, fear-driven behavior is prominently displayed in the avoidance of confrontation. Many choose silence over expressing true feelings to avoid the potential conflict, not realizing that this fear shackles them to unresolved issues and unfulfilled needs. Similarly, the fear of failure leads countless individuals to abandon their dreams and aspirations, choosing the safety of the familiar over the uncertainty and risk of pursuing their passions. In professional environments, fear dictates behavior in the form of resistance to change and innovation. Employees often stick to outdated processes because they fear the unknown complexities of new systems, even when these innovations can streamline operations and enhance productivity. Leaders sometimes avoid making bold decisions, paralyzed by the fear of negative outcomes or criticism, which stifles growth and opportunity. Socially, fear manifests in the reluctance to meet new people or try new experiences. Individuals often stick to their familiar circles and routines, fearing rejection or embarrassment. This behavior limits personal growth and the rich experiences that come from diverse interactions and learning from others. The Stoics provided profound insights into dealing with fear. Seneca remarked, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This Stoic reflection encourages the Stoic warrior to distinguish between unfounded fears and actual threats, understanding that many of our fears are self-created shadows that dissipate when confronted with courage and clarity. Epictetus taught that he who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man. This Stoic wisdom urges the Stoic warrior to face fears head-on, recognizing that the fear of the ultimate unknown death should not deter us from living fully and meaningfully. By embracing this perspective, we can transform from a hindrance into a catalyst for action and change. In conclusion, the Stoic warrior's stance on fear is unequivocal. It is a formidable adversary, but one that can be overcome with awareness, courage, and the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. By understanding how fear influences behavior and learning to face it with the strength of a warrior, we can liberate ourselves from its grip and embrace a life of freedom, purpose, and bold action. This journey is not about the absence of fear, but about mastering it, turning it into a force that propels us toward our true potential. Truth 7. No one's perfect. Perfection is a myth, a shadow that we chase, thinking it will lead us to happiness, but it only leads to frustration and dissatisfaction. The Stoic warrior recognizes this truth and embraces imperfection, not as a flaw, but as a fundamental aspect of being human. Accepting our imperfections and those of others is essential for creating a life of contentment and strength. In our personal lives, the pursuit of perfection can manifest in endless self-criticism and the setting of unattainable standards. This relentless quest can lead to significant unhappiness when we inevitably fall short. For instance, A person who obsesses over maintaining a flawless appearance or achieving the ideal relationship often finds themselves trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction as they fail to meet these impossible benchmarks. Professionally, striving for perfection can stifle creativity and innovation. Employees who fear making any mistakes may avoid taking necessary risks or trying new ideas, which can halt progress and growth. Leaders who demand perfection from their teams create toxic work environments where stress and anxiety replace productivity and creativity. Socially, the illusion of perfection can prevent authentic connections. Individuals who project an image of an ideal life on social media, for example, often feel isolated and disconnected, as they cannot live up to the persona they have created. This pursuit of a flawless image leads to more loneliness and less genuine interaction. The Stoics offered powerful insights into this dilemma. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Be content to seem what you really are," highlighting the value of authenticity over the appearance of perfection. This Stoic teaching guides the Stoic warrior to value real progress and genuine effort over the superficiality of seeming flawless. Epictetus famously said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go on well." This perspective encourages the Stoic warrior to accept imperfections in life and in themselves, focusing on adapting and growing from each experience rather than lamenting what is not perfect. In conclusion, the Stoic warrior knows that the path to true freedom and strength lies in letting go of the quest for perfection and embracing the journey of continuous improvement. By understanding that no one is perfect, we free ourselves from the chains of unachievable expectations and open our lives to more joy, more growth, and more resilience. This approach does not mean we cease striving to be better, but that we do so with the wisdom to know the difference between futile perfectionism and the pursuit of meaningful progress. Truth 8. Most opinions are based on limited information. Opinions are often hastily formed fortresses built on the shaky ground of incomplete information. The Stoic warrior understands this and approaches opinions with caution and discernment. Recognizing that many opinions are more reflective of ignorance than insight is crucial in navigating the world with clarity and purpose. In the realm of media, this phenomenon is starkly visible. News outlets and social media platforms frequently push narratives based on partial facts or sensational headlines, leading the public to form strong opinions without a comprehensive understanding of the issues at hand. This rush to judgment fosters polarization and misinformation as people defend their viewpoints more based on allegiance than truth. In politics, the situation is similarly fraught. Politicians and pundits often espouse strong opinions on policy matters, swaying the public's perspectives with persuasive rhetoric rather than detailed evidence. Voters and supporters, in turn, form opinions based on these superficial presentations, lacking the full context of the policies, implications, or the complexities involved in governmental decision-making. Personal judgments also suffer from this limitation. People frequently assess others based on first impressions or third-party anecdotes, creating a skewed perception of someone's character or intentions. These snap judgments can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts, as individuals react not to the reality of who someone is but to a constrained and often distorted version of them. The Stoics offered profound guidance on handling opinions. Epictetus stated, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This Stoic wisdom encourages the Stoic warrior to remain open-minded and to question their assumptions, understanding that true wisdom comes from a willingness to learn and a recognition of one's own ignorance. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This perspective is a cornerstone of the Stoic warrior's philosophy, highlighting the importance of approaching opinions with a blend of skepticism and curiosity. It encourages the pursuit of wisdom through thoughtful inquiry and the suspension of judgment until the full breadth of information is explored. In conclusion, the Stoic warrior's stance on opinions is clear. Recognize that most are formed from limited information and approach them with the dual swords of skepticism and open-mindedness. By doing so, we not only protect ourselves from the pitfalls of misinformation but also pave the way toward genuine understanding and informed decision-making. This approach doesn't weaken our convictions but refines them, ensuring they are built on solid ground and not on the shifting sands of incomplete knowledge. Truth 9. People are more similar than they are different. Beneath the superficial differences that seem to divide us, there lies a deep and profound unity that binds all of humanity. The Stoic warriors recognizes this truth and champions the commonalities that connect people across diverse backgrounds. By focusing on what unites us rather than what divides us, we can forge stronger bonds and overcome the barriers that superficial differences impose. Across global cultures, despite varied traditions and histories, we find striking similarities in our core human experiences and emotions. Consider the universal expression of joy in a smile or the universal sorrow in tears. From the bustling streets of New York City to the quiet villages of the Himalayas, parents work tirelessly to provide for their children. Friends share their deepest fears and hopes, and individuals strive to find meaning and purpose in their lives. In moments of crisis, these commonalities become even more pronounced. When natural disasters strike or when humanitarian crises unfold, people from all corners of the globe come together to help those in need. This collective response demonstrates our shared capacity for empathy and compassion, revealing that, in the face of adversity, our instinct is to unite and support one another. The Stoics profoundly understood the universality of human nature. Seneca wrote, "All men have the same end of birth and life. We are all brought into the world and taken out of it." This Stoic belief underscores the idea that we all share the same fundamental journey of life, with its inherent challenges and joys. This recognition encourages the Stoic warriors to see others not as strangers but as fellow travelers on the path of life, each with their own stories and struggles. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, what unites all humans is not so much the pain and toil, but the commonality of the spirit. This Stoic teaching invites us to look beyond external differences and to connect with the common spirit that animates each of us. It's a call for the Stoic warriors to live with understanding, forging connections based on our shared humanity than the divisive labels society often imposes. In conclusion, the Stoic warrior's stance is clear. By recognizing that we are more similar than we are different, we can combat the divisiveness that often plagues our societies. This approach is not just about promoting unity. It's about actively cultivating it through empathy, understanding, and the shared recognition of our common human nature. By embracing this truth, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to a more harmonious and connected world. Truth 10. You can't change others, only how you react to them. One of the most powerful realizations a Stoic warriors can embrace is that you cannot change others, only how you react to them. This understanding liberates you from the futile struggle to control the actions and thoughts of those around you. Instead, it empowers you to take control of your own reactions, transforming your interactions and the outcomes they produce. In personal relationships, this principle is particularly transformative. Consider a situation where a family member is consistently negative or critical. Trying to change their attitude is often an exercise in frustration and futility. However, altering your reaction, perhaps by responding with understanding rather than irritation or by setting healthy boundaries, can change the dynamics of the relationship. This shift can lead to more peace and less conflict, as you choose your battles wisely and focus on maintaining your inner equilibrium. In the workplace, this approach is equally effective. Imagine a colleague who is resistant to feedback and takes any constructive criticism as a personal attack. Instead of attempting to change their defensive nature, adjusting your approach maybe by framing feedback as a discussion rather than a critique and led to more productive interactions and a better working relationship. By changing your tactic, you navigate around their defensiveness and create space for genuine improvement and communication. Stoic philosophy offers robust support for this approach. Epictetus famously said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." This insight is at the heart of the Stoic warrior's strategy. It emphasizes that our power lies not in altering the external world and the people in it, but in controlling our perceptions and reactions. By doing so, we maintain our tranquility and effectiveness, even in challenging situations. Marcus Aurelius reinforced this idea when he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This Stoic teaching guides the Stoic warriors as to focus on the internal locus of control. When you stop trying to change others and instead master your reactions, you tap into a wellspring of strength and resilience. In conclusion, the Stoic warriors knows that the quest to change others is a mirage that leads only to frustration and exhaustion. By focusing on your own reactions and perceptions, you gain the ability to transform your experiences and outcomes. This shift in focus from external to internal is not just a strategy but a path to freedom, empowering you to live with intention and strength in a world you can't control but can navigate with wisdom and equanimity. Throughout our exploration of the 10 truths about human nature, we've uncovered deep insights into how these truths influence our interactions and shape our experiences. Understanding that people are inherently selfish teaches us to adjust our expectations and approach interactions with a realistic understanding of human motivations. As we accept that most people resist change, we become more patient and supportive, fostering growth in ourselves and others. This leads us into recognizing that people project their insecurities. By understanding this, we can look beyond surface behaviors to the fears and vulnerabilities that drive them, promoting empathy and connection. This empathy is deepened when we realize that everyone is fighting their own battles. This awareness fosters deeper compassion and encourages us to approach others with kindness and understanding. Similarly, acknowledging that people crave recognition and validation helps us seek to balance our desire for external approval with a stronger focus on internal validation. The insight that fear often dictates behavior allows us to confront our fears and help others face theirs, leading to more courageous and authentic lives. By embracing the fact that no one is perfect, we learn to be more forgiving and less critical of ourselves and others, enhancing our relationships and personal well-being. Understanding that most opinions are based on limited information encourages us to approach opinions with humility and curiosity, striving for deeper understanding rather than immediate judgment. We also see that people are more similar than they are different, which reminds us of our shared humanity and fosters unity by focusing on our commonalities. Finally, realizing that you can't change others, only how you react to them empowers us to take control of our reactions, transforming our experiences and influencing our world positively. Now is the time to take action and apply these truths in your daily life. By embracing these insights, you can improve your relationships, enhance your personal growth, and navigate the complexities of human interactions with the strength and clarity of a Stoic warrior. Stand firm in your convictions and use these truths to protect your well-being, assert your independence, and pursue a path of growth and fulfillment. Reflect on your relationships and consider, which of these truths do you find most challenging to accept and why? Embrace this challenge, for it marks the path to greater wisdom and resilience. Arise, Stoic warriors, for your journey toward understanding and empowerment is just beginning.